What a great time to be alive, guys. Cryptocurrency altcoin season is looking beautiful. And of course, the layer ones in this, I'm lost for words. The layer ones, I've just been outcompeting pretty much everything. I've been making so much money off of like Polkadot, Cardano, Ethereum has been doing really well as well. Solana, these have been just going crazy. So if you missed out on that, hopefully you didn't, but if you did, it doesn't matter, because there's some coins on the ecosystems that can generate a lot of profit for an investor. Now, what we've been doing on this channel is I've been diving really deep into the Cardano ecosystem. And this is the final video of the Cardano ecosystem series. Keep watching. What's going on, everybody? Alex back with another video, and yes, it's true. This is the final video of the decentralized exchange Cardano ecosystem series. I went through pretty much every single decentralized exchange in real time, right in front of your face. I did the research of fundamental analysis on pretty much every single variable when it comes to the product, the team, the tokenomics, the liquidity, the marketing. Pretty much every single variable, I've gone over it in front of you. Now, after this video, what I want to do is actually create a top 3 altcoin video for the Cardano ecosystem, and that is definitely happening. So, of course, subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, and I see it over and over again, only about 24% of you have the post notification bells on, or the push notification bell, whatever you want to call it, that little bell by the like button that alerts you when I make a video. I highly recommend you get on it, because some of these videos are time sensitive, and basically the project takes off even 2 hours after I drop the video sometimes. So if you want to be very up to date, highly recommend that. And if not, it's okay, I still look good. I need to stop with the handsome jokes because I think it's making me look ugly.
I'm ugly and I'm proud.
I'm just gonna stop making jokes. How about that? Let's just get straight to the research. So if we come over here, you can see DOT is doing well. And guys, remember, take in consideration the timing of these videos as well. Depending on when you're watching this, it might be completely different, but you can see Polkadot taking off. If we type in Solana, let's just type in Sol. This has been going crazy. I got into Ethereum, and that's up like 20%. I made like almost like 15 grand off of that trade. It's clear that layer ones are doing really well. Also, I like to look at this as well. This is basically ETH versus BTC. Ethereum's outcompeting Bitcoin. And if we look at the altcoin season, or the DeFi perp, decentralized finance is doing really well. So that's good. We're breaking out of the zone of resistance as well. Top 100 altcoins versus BTC doing well. It looks like we might be in a little mini altcoin season with layer ones. If you don't know what a layer one is, just a very quick explanation. I know a lot of my audience already does, so I'm not trying to waste your time. Basically, a layer one is just a blockchain that allows for other cryptocurrencies to be created on it. It's the common ones that we see all the time. Ethereum, of course, is the first one. Let me just pull this up so I can go through a couple of them. Ethereum, Cardano, Binance Coin, these, Solana, Polkadot. Uniswap is not, it's a decentralized exchange. ICP, these are all layer ones, and it's pretty much a confirmed trend, at least in recent history. And again, depending on when you're watching this video. So what I've been doing, if you haven't been following me, is I've been researching every single decentralized exchange. I already got through the oracles. Now I'm getting through all the decentralized exchanges, because typically the oracles and decentralized exchanges are the safest bets for ecosystems, right? And we see this parallel with Cardano. Pretty much every ecosystem, we see it. Liquidity is very important. You need liquidity to run projects. So this is where the vast majority of them go. And we also see that sometimes in these ecosystems, there's really one true winner. Like in the case of, Ethereum, Uniswap is that true winner. It's like top 20, I think we just saw. And so the other ones typically lag behind. Now, there's obviously exceptions to that rule, but I do believe, at least in the beginning for Cardano, when we're going through the decentralized liquidity, we're gonna see one really exponential winner. Now, we've been going over a couple. I'm gonna make the top 3 altcoin where I'll dive extremely deep, because usually what I do, just to give you guys a breakdown of my research, is I kind of give like a big picture perspective. I don't go into every detail, because if I went into every detail, I can investigate one coin for a month, to be honest with you. I can really, dive into a person's life and figure out every single variable of their life and their personality type. And I have a system for that in which I do it, but I'm not going to do that for all of the coins. Basically, a really important factor in research. And guys, by the way, I am going to come out with the strategy video. Don't worry. I'm going to come out with it so you guys can understand how I research. But basically is you want to find a system where you're using your time efficiently, right? There's like 70,000 cryptocurrencies on the market. If you research every coin into extreme complexity, you wouldn't have any time, right? So what I do is I have a filtration process, is what you guys are seeing on these videos. And then I have a very deep checklist into where I go into the winner projects to see which one's going to be the true winner. And then sometimes I invest in all 3 of them or all 4 of them. But this allows you to have a really unbiased perspective. Because a lot of times, and I just want to be very clear with you guys, and if you don't believe me, read this book called Trust Me, I'm Lying. People come on the internet, and I'm guilty of this. When I was first starting, I didn't know, how this stuff worked. But they just regurgitate what they see from somebody else. They literally go on YouTube, they type in altcoin, and they watch another YouTuber, and then they just remake the content. The problem with that is that it's not providing you guys with a holistic perspective when it comes to research. See, what I'm actually doing here is I'm breaking down every single project and comparing and contrasting the whole entire ecosystem, right? So this gives you, again, an unbiased perspective to see who's the true winning project. I am not just going on YouTube and finding Cardano projects from some guy that talked about it and then just saying what he said. That's not the way you should be researching for yourself. And you should definitely make your own decisions and do exactly what I'm doing. You shouldn't even take what I'm doing in consideration without you actually researching. Of course, none of this is financial advice, but this is the system that I created. It gets way deeper than that, to be completely honest with you. There's trickle-down economics, top-down economics. I'm not going to go into it, but just understand that what we're doing here is called fundamental analysis. Basically, the gist is you have qualitative and quantitative properties of making an investment. Quantitative is exactly what it says. This is like numbers. This is like on-chain metrics. This is like technical analysis. This is like prediction models. But qualitative comes from experience. You can't really put a number on it, but you could definitely tell what CEO is better than this CEO if you just research their history, right? Oh, this guy has more experience. Oh, this guy's younger and more driven, and then you can kind of go and see who's better and who's worse. And it's not always 100% accurate. And sometimes it just comes from experience. I've been in cryptocurrency for a very long time. So this is what I've been able to see. I've been seeing the trends for a long time, right? And this is how I'm able to provide you guys with this research. So of course, like the video and share it with a friend that watches some regurgitating YouTuber. Please help them out. But if we come over here to the actual first project, we're gonna go over Cardax. We're gonna go over, I'm not even gonna try Finance. And then we're gonna go over this project here. So if we go to the first one, Cardax, this is the first decentralized exchange on Cardano. I don't know why they put that there. Smart contracts haven't even come out. Everybody knows September 12th, Cardano is launching these smart contracts, and they're technically not out yet. They don't even have a demo. So I don't know why they're claiming they're the first decentralized exchange. It doesn't really make sense to me. They have okay website, okay, join the Discord. They're pushing people to Discord. We got the team, et cetera, et cetera. Now, if we look at the actual white paper, they kind of surprised me with this. I think this is very interesting, but basically they do the whole, what is a decentralized exchange? When I was reading these white papers, they're all like literally copying and pasting, like most of them. They're just explaining like liquidity providers. They're explaining the basic DeFi principles. If you don't know the DeFi principles, I highly recommend you get access to the fundamental secrets really quickly before we jump into the video, guys. I don't accept sponsorships for a reason. And I sell an actual, digital product with a full community called Fundamental Secrets. And I've had a lot of people ask about it in the comment section. So all you have to do to get access is go over to the websites, thefundamentalsecrets.com, and fill out the application form. And then I actually will have a guy reach out. There's so many scammers out there that just make sure that you see the guy's face, because these guys do video calls with you so that he can, break down every feature of what we're talking about here. And the point I'm trying to make is that in the course, I break down all the principles of DeFi. If you don't understand them, I highly recommend you guys get caught up, right? If we come over here, though, you could see that there's a big problem on these decentralized exchanges. One of them is small projects. This is very true. So if I wanted to launch a coin, for example, I would have to, let's say I want to launch Alexcoin and the ticker is ALEX, right? I would basically have to provide the other swapping pair. So I would put in the ALEX coin, which I got 100% free.
What?
Free. Because I literally created it. My voice cracked. But I literally created it. So I would have like whatever amount I was supposed to give as liquidity. And then I would have to match it to an equivalent pair of Ethereum. or USDC, depending on whatever I want, or whatever US coin, USD coin, stable coin there is. And I would actually have to provide a pair. The problem is I have an unlimited amount of Alex because I created it myself. But what if I'm broke and I don't have a lot of Ethereum? Well, they claim to solve this with the EAMM protocol. They solve the problems of this nature by providing pricing power to takers with new pairs are created. In this scenario, makers no longer have control over the price, and the discovery mechanism relies solely on the takers. This is an option the protocol will give to the people that create a new pair and don't want to put a large amount of capital. Ultimately, it is a new creator who decides if they want to take this option or not. So they have this option for people that don't have a lot of money, that want to launch a project, maybe people in other parts of the world that don't have $300,000 to throw into a liquidity pool, right? So it just makes it easier for everyone to do that. So very interesting. I like it. I just want to read this really quickly. There will be a 0.35% fee for swapping tokens, and a 0.3% will be split by the liquidity providers proportional to their contribution to the liquidity reserves. The remaining 0.05% will go to Cardax's treasury. The protocol will distribute fees amongst liquidity providers and the Cardax treasury. Liquidity providers will be paid in Cardax utility token or CDX. All right, so interesting product. They have a good explanation. It's not like above and beyond, but remember, I've been researching all these projects, and in comparison to the others, it's in the top. It's not bad at all. Now, this is where they lack, to be honest. They don't really have transparency. They're just talking about the vesting schedule. Maybe I'm missing something here. I looked pretty deep. I couldn't really find anything, but I'll go over that really quickly for you guys. Basically, the only thing they're saying is that there's going to be, 1 billion tokens. And they're giving 20% to the team and future hires. They're giving 5% to the advisors, and total amount of CDX token vested. This is 250K or 250 million on these two right here, right? This is another 250 million. I don't know where the other 250 million is going. Maybe somebody in the comment section can let me know. Maybe I'm missing something. Again, I'm researching like ridiculous amounts of projects. So I'll dive deeper. Actually, Cardax is probably going to be one of the coins I dive super deep into. It does look pretty good just because of the team. So if we come over here to the team, we basically have the top dog here, Ryan Morrison. We're going to watch a little interview that he did to try to get some more information out of this guy. And from there, we'll kind of take the video forward. This is from this channel here. I'm going to play it from this part here. Let me just get my headphones.
Here we go. So while I was doing some research into you, I went through various profiles to find out a little bit more about you, and we were talking a little bit earlier, and I've been listening to your podcast for a little while as well. So thank you for that contribution to the community. Now, I looked up Quant Digital, and this is something that you're a part of or were a part of. What's the story behind that?
Yeah, that's a good point. So then what I looked into different things that you could build on Cardano, and since only this year you can actually start building or creating your tokens and building applications now on Bluetooth. So then I started with a project called Cardax, and which is a decentralized exchange. But the idea is to learn from Cardax and see what's possible on Cardano. This is, of course, if you look at the list of priorities where we are now in the Cardano ecosystem. Now you can create your tokens, you can start projects. But the second thing is now you need to start trading those tokens to get liquidity, also so you can get funds for developing your project. So I thought this is the flagship project that we have now. Cardax is a decentralized exchange, and then from that we're learning for Quant Labs. It's the company, it's a research and development company that is looking at all different options for developing on top of Cardano. So using decentralized technology to look at different things that we could be building also in the future. And for now, the full commitment is to the flagship product, which is Cardax.
Okay, that's what I wanted to hear, because he's talking about something completely different. I wanted to hear full commitment to Cardax. That's a good sign there. So let's continue for a little bit more, and then we'll kind of cut it.
You have what seems to be a very broad base of skills.
I know you do a lot of marketing, and it seems like marketing is your strong point, but you have a very good technical understanding of all the technology as well. How is this possible? A lot of people usually streamline towards development or the marketing side of things, but it seems like you're very knowledgeable across multiple different facets.
I think you're right in marketing. That's what I've been focusing professionally for the past 14 years, and specializing on digital marketing. But at the same time, more as until now, more as a hobby. I wanted to just learn other things, and then since the moment I learned about blockchain, I just wanted to understand every piece of it. And also, we were talking about in the times of the ICOs. I remember at that time I read hundreds of white papers of different projects to really try to understand how does that work. Somebody, for example, there was a project trying to decentralize the streaming industry, for example, how they would go about that, and then how to. So if that part of the technology part comes from more of trying to figure out how do things work, and then trying to break them down and to understand, okay, how this is how a particular industry works nowadays. Like, let's think about finance, for example, and then how to use which part of that technology could be, or that industry could be decentralized, and how exactly. And then I just got deeper and deeper, and then getting into also technical discussions with developers on the forum, for example, of Cardano. That's something also a tip for anybody that wants to start learning about Cardano and getting a bit deeper. Start discussions also in the forum of Cardano, and then you get a lot of feedback as well from other people in the community.
Totally agree. So it sounds like you have a really deep thirst.
Yeah, so this guy, he doesn't look bad at all, to be honest. He has a marketing background, which is hard to come by. And then he has, he looks like he has some deep, a technical understanding of Cardano and how it works. If we go over to his experience, though, most of his experience is coming from, being an actual digital marketer. So you can see that clearly. So, hopefully his marketing reflects that in the future. It kind of does. He has a lot of Twitter followers. So that's kind of a fresh of breath air, I'll say, because, I haven't seen that for pretty much anybody else. If we look at the second guy, though, I can't find this guy. Oh, I did find him, but I couldn't find the other guys on his team. But this guy, he was a founder of Simple Rocks, which I looked at the website, and it's a German website. No call to action. It was subpar. Hopefully he does a better job of Cardax. The main website's, pretty basic, but this guy looks like he has some serious experience, 3 years, 2 years as a software engineer. So that's not bad at all. It's just that his startup project was pretty bad. I looked for this guy. I could not find him. And by the way, I'm just kind of going through the team here. I couldn't find him, but I found his Twitter. Nothing there. I couldn't really dig up any information. And I looked up the other team, and I couldn't find him as well. I even reverse image searched their face and nothing. I don't know where these guys are based out of. For some reason in Germany, I cannot find a lot of these guys. I don't know if they're hiding, or I just don't understand why they don't have any type of digital presence. It doesn't make sense. I even reverse image searched this guy. I can't find him either. Only on the Cardax website. Does that mean they're fake? Probably not. I'll just, I always try to do it, in the worst way possible. So I'll just assume it's fake for now, or just omit it from the actual grading score. So just based off kind of the CEO, it looks legit. It's not bad, but there is better, in my personal opinion, when it comes to the decentralized exchanges. And again, I don't know why they keep saying they're first. If we come over to the actual Twitter, though, this is where they shine. 28.3K followers. They have some good engagement on the posts. They clearly know, or he clearly knows what he's doing. He's getting some good engagement, has a lot of followers, so that's good there. If we look at the actual blog, they might as well have not put it together because it's pretty trash. They don't really have anything at all to work they only have two, or they have a couple articles, excuse me. But you know, very basic stuff. I want to see more. Like, I just don't understand why any of these projects, the launch date's about to happen. Their initial coin's not out yet. Like, some of these coins are not even out. Like, shouldn't you be more aggressive? Like, I don't know, man. That's the one thing that bothers me a little bit about crypto, because as an actual business owner myself, you know, I like to see people that go all in on the business, that really over provide, right? And I've done that with my product, of course. I've over provided like vastly. And I think that's just the way to good business. Like, I don't know, like maybe you should have more blogs. So like you could easily pay someone on Fiverr to write up your vlogs. All right, let's bring it to the next one. So we have this project here, Fan Ants, and I get it now. Oh wow, I just got it. It's a fans sports player decentralized exchange. Now, from the website, you would think this is a complete scam. I mean, look at this. This is paid off by Fiverr or somebody on Udemy or not Udemy, but
can make you real money. Introducing.
This was definitely made. This was definitely made from someone on Fiverr or something like that. Somebody created this for him, but it's like pretty bad.
Your passion and knowledge of your favorite sports players can make you real money. Introducing Fan Ants Club, a revolutionary fantasy stocks trading platform.
Like, I don't understand. Like, why do they think these videos work? This is literally 2015, and then they do the introducing. Like, no, their marketing's lacking. Their website sucks. It's pretty bad, actually. But for some reason, their team is pretty good. And I'm looking at the white paper here just to give you a breakdown. You guys, I'm pretty sure already caught it. Fanance is a revolutionary sports players decentralized exchange powered by the Cardano blockchain, where users can trade digital assets or celebrity stocks that represent real-time or real-life performance statistics. It's a decentralized social gaming trading experience in which people can express their passion for sports, their favorite players, compete against each other, and show how much your craze for your favorite players is worth. It's not the first time we've seen this before, so it's kind of interesting. I mean, it's not liquidity for the blockchain. Again, I've seen it like with BitClout, and BitClout, I've made a video on it, guys, pretty much a scam. So I don't exactly know what they're doing. I know there's like a PSG token that when they got Messi on the team, which is the best player in soccer, Messi, and yeah, when they got him on the team, the PSG token went crazy, I guess. But like, I've never seen player tokens. Maybe they're gonna create player tokens. Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I don't like it. I want to just do something that already works on Ethereum instead of just creating something completely new. That's just my personal opinion. So a product, I'm not gonna give it a good rating at all. If we look at the actual tokenomics, it looks like they're only giving out about 40% to the public. I don't like it at all. And obviously the initial distribution implies a distribution of the tokens primarily to get users deeply involved with the project, participants from different backgrounds. It's just basically incentivizing people to use their platform just like any other platform. But in general, like, they're not giving enough to the public. I don't like it. But their team looks actually not bad at all, actually. Their team looks really good. But if we look over here, you can see that this guy was a part of Unicoin, president of marketing. And if we go over to the website, it looks like a legitimate exchange. Excuse me if I'm wrong on this. I'm not from India, so I'm not going to download this or use it in any way, shape, or form. But the website's pretty bad. I don't know how this is a legitimate exchange. And the fact that they're posting their numbers like this, it kind of bothers me. Like, exchanges don't do that. They don't put that they've served 1.37 million customers. Guys, like, you could kind of tell what's BS or not, to be honest, like most of the time. And this just screams BS. So, I mean, if you really want me to destroy the platform and really dive deep into this even though I know for a fact I'm not going to get involved with it, if you want me to get into Fanance, I can, and just obliterate them. But for now, like, you could just clearly tell there's a reason why I have this filtration system. It's a no-go for me. If we look at the Emergo Academy, this guy actually spearheaded that, the actual co-founder, CEO. He spearheaded Emergo Academy, which you guys know is a really good coin that I like a lot. So that's really interesting. Like I said, they have actually some pretty interesting background for some reason. I don't know what these guys are doing, to be honest. But look, he's a blockchain engineer for another company. He looks like he's spread across thin. Again, that's why I keep telling you guys, there's a lot of guys that they just throw a project together because of some hype, try to get some capital or whatever, and it's just like an idea that they have, you know, made with their friends on a weekend or something, and they never ever like actually seriously go into the actual project. And this looks like one of those situations. If we look at the actual marketing, We have a couple articles, very basic, nothing extraordinary. Like I said, the website's trash, the video's trash, very bad selection of video and marketing, in my personal opinion. They don't have that many members on Telegram, and their Twitter's pretty small. So they don't really have anything going from, in my personal opinion. They don't have the hair on fire problem solved. Their product is subpar. They're doing basically, you know, what everybody else is doing. So I'm probably not going to research that deeper, just to give you guys a heads up. All right, let's jump into the other one. There's more hope. There's more hope, okay? I promise they're not all scams. If we come over here, this is really interesting. Now, if we look at this project, I mean, we can go into the technical details, but most of these don't have the technical details up for a reason, because, you know, Cardano hasn't launched its smart contract capabilities yet. But if we come over here, this was really interesting to me. They basically have kind of like a moral concept that for the platform. And as we can see here, they're saying in order to win and continue winning, one either needs to deploy various tricks or continuously or hit some kind of optimum. The former would, for example, entail devising some scheme to lock in your customers, attack the competition on side channels, or simply outmarket everyone else. So they're trying to explain how things grow. What they want to do is they want to have a mathematical, economical optimum, as well as a social, ethical one. So they don't want to they're trying to basically create just a superior product in general. And I actually did some research on it, and we can look into exactly what they meant by Pareto efficiency, which is basically an economic state where the resources cannot be reallocated to make one individual better off without making at least one individual worse off. So they're basically just trying to create a blue ocean strategy. If you guys don't know what a blue ocean is, just a very simple explanation of it. I'm not going to try to get too deep, but basically business is kind of like sharks in the water. And you have some businesses that compete with one another. This is the red ocean, this bloody, right? The ocean's red because of the blood of their competition. All they're trying to do is pretty much just attack competition. And for that, they're kind of going back and forth. And then you have other products like 0 to 1 products that create their own blue ocean, and they create their own innovation. And then people eventually start trying to attack them as well. They're trying to be the blue ocean strategist. So I just kind of like their thought process and how they attacked it. As you can see, it's the guiding principles. They're going research first. They don't care about marketing and stuff like that, which I like. To be honest, it's not that big. Even though, marketing is a big factor in cryptocurrency, it looks like they're in it for the long haul from my understanding. But yeah, so in general, their product, I like it. I like, kind of their thought process. The tokenomics, 3% as a founder reward, 6.9% to the delegators, 5% to the development fund, 12% under the protocol's control for later use. And here's where they shine. 73 point whatever percent locked to the protocol and airdrop to later delegators over a period of time. So this looks like a people's project. Good tokenomics. I like the good tokenomics. So that is a good one for me. And if we look at the team, let's come over here. It looks like they have some actual experience. We got the actual founder, where he's been a consultant, chief technology officer, and a co-founder of multiple businesses. He's been doing this for a while. It looks, I don't like the fact that he's jumping from business to business. I don't like the fact that he's jumping from business to business. But to be honest with you, that's pretty basic and standard in this industry for some reason. But you could see that he has some serious coding experience. We have this other guy here, Ben. He actually works for 46 Elks, and then he's the head of operations. I don't like that. I like people fully committed, but he was a chief officer of another company. So he has a lot of experience. It looks like he's pretty good. This guy here was an engineer at Microsoft and Amazon. He doesn't even have the project listed on his LinkedIn, maybe because he didn't update it or whatever the case is. But if he's actually involved, that's pretty cool. He looks like he has some pretty solid experience, so that's good there. And then we have the full stack engineer, which it doesn't really show anything. So the team's not that transparent. It looks like they're a little bit wishy-washy, but it's kind of like the standard, the basic standard, to be honest with you guys. One thing about the tokenomics I did want to show you guys, though, is that if you want to get access to their airdrop, it's kind of the same thing that we talked about in the last Cardano video, where you can actually delegate your stake to their pool and you'll get distributed their actual tokens when it launches. So you can take advantage of it by not even investing in a token and just, allocating your Cardano to their pool. So not bad at all. When we go into their marketing, their website's okay. It's not bad at all. If we go into their Discord, not that many members. Twitter, not that many members. Telegram, not that many members. Marketing's pretty bad. So in general, I think where they're winning is kind of just like their thought process around the project. Hopefully they can execute on it. They seem to maybe have the experience, not the best experience, but it's not the worst experience. They're probably somewhere in the middle, probably not top 3 in my personal opinion. So yeah, take all this research into consideration and do your own, please, before you jump into it. Remember, I'm giving you guys kind of like a big picture perspective. And then when I make this top 3 altcoin video, that's where I dive extremely deep into every single variable of their life. And that is it with the Cardano series. Next video that comes up will be top 3 altcoins. So stay tuned for that. Put push notification bell on, subscribe to the channel. Of course, like I always say, if you don't get with it, you will get left behind. Thanks for watching this, man. Catch you guys in the next video.